Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Nnamdi Kanu to remain in custody. See shocking reasons. Nnamdi Kanu to remain in custody. See shocking reasons. To my dear listeners, from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB is to remain in custody, according to a report by Sarah reporters. It was gathered that the Court of Appeal have granted the application filed by the Nigerian government to stay the execution of the judgment, which ordered the release of the IPOB leader. Days ago, on October 13, a three-man panel of the appeal court ruled that the rendition of the IPOB leader from Kenya in June 2021 by the Nigerian government was illegal. The court had decided that Kanu, who is facing trial for treasonable charges, was discharged and acquitted. However, according to the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami, the IPOB leader cannot be released from the custody of the secret police, the Department of State Services. Malami explained that Kanu still has other charges against him. The Nigerian government thereafter appealed the judgment of the appellate court at the Supreme Court and applied for a stay of execution of the appeal court ruling, which had ordered the immediate and unconditional release of Kanu from detention. In his decision on the federal government application, Justice Arunat Tsunami of the appeal court on Friday, while granting the government's application, ordered that the result of the ruling should be forwarded to the Supreme Court within 7 days for an expeditious hearing. With the new turnaround, Kanu will remain in detention, pending when the Supreme Court hears the case and determines the appellate court ruling. The appellate court also ordered federal government to, within 7 days, transmit the record of appeal as well as its verdict on the matter to the apex court to enable speedy determination of the case. Meanwhile, on their part, the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, URIWA, has described the judiciary as a captive of the executive arm of government. According to the rights group, the judiciary has lost her voice as the last hope of the common man. URIWA said by their cowardice manifested in the granting of the stay of execution to a disobedient appellant, The Court of Appeal has justified the resort to self-help measures by disenchanted citizens since it is no longer possible for justice to be obtained in the court of law and complied with by the government, and then by the same court will certify the gross indiscipline and treachery of the central government in flouting the unambiguous orders of the court made in compliance with Section 6 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB is to remain in custody according to a report by Sahara reporters. It was gathered that the Court of Appeal has granted the application filed by the Nigerian government to stay the execution of the judgment, which ordered the release of the IPOB leader. Days ago on October 13, a three-man panel of the appeal court ruled that the rendition of the IPOB leader from Kenya in June 2021 by the Nigerian government was illegal. The court had decided that Kanu, who is facing trial for treasonable charges, was discharged and acquitted. However, according to the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, the IPOB leader cannot be released from the custody of the secret police, the Department of State Services. Malami explained that Kanu still has other charges against him. So my dear listeners, now I've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop out the comment